This story is Watermelon Wishes by Lisa Moser and illustrated by Stacy. Stacy did the pictures and Lisa wrote the words. The dedication is for Mom and Dad with love and gratitude, and for Grandpa Butch. Still got him? Still got him, asked Grandpa. Yes, said Charlie. He patted his pocket to make double sure. That's my boy. Grandpa opened the shed door. Charlie found a spade and a trowel. It's like a shovel and a little shovel. Grandpa grabbed the watering can. They piled everything into the wheelbarrow with the squeaky wheel. It went squeak, 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 squeak. You still got him? You still got him? Asked Grandpa. Yep, said Charlie. Grandpa drove the spade into the sandy soil. Charlie crawled around on his knees, pushing the dirt into big hills. You still got him? You still got him, said Grandpa. They're right here, said Charlie, and he pulled the seeds from his pocket. You plant the seeds, said Grandpa, and I'll find the watering can. So Charlie's planting the watermelon seeds. Tired, Charlie leaned against Grandpa. We're gonna grow great watermelons, said Charlie. Grandpa wiped his face with a bandana. Think so? Think so. Maybe even a wishing watermelon, said Charlie. What's a wishing watermelon? Asked Grandpa. You'll see, Charlie told them. You'll see. Told him. You'll see. Charlie and Grandpa woke up early every morning and worked in their garden. Grandpa hoed a prickly thistle. Tell me more about this wishing watermelon. Charlie pulled a sneaky weed. Well, it's a very special watermelon, and it can give only one wish. There are lots of things a fellow might want, said Grandpa. Do you have a wish, Charlie? Charlie nodded. Bet I can guess it, said Grandpa. You can try, said Charlie. Well, when I was a little boy, I wanted a dog, said Grandpa. You're going to wish for a dog. Charlie shook his head. Nope. When the first green shoots poked up, you can see the little green shoots right here. Charlie and Grandpa picnicked by the garden. Grandpa unpacked the sandwiches and cookies. Charlie poured lemonade from the thermoses into the cup, into the cup that they shared. They took turns spotting the new sprouts. Afterwards, they strolled the dirt path home. Grandpa unwrapped a butterscotch and handed it to Charlie. I know what you're going to wish for, said Grandpa. Butterscotch, a whole bushel basket of butterscotch candies. Charlie grinned. Nope, that's not it. not the butterscotch candies. When the yellow flowers were blooming on the watermelon plants, when the yellow flowers bloomed on the vines of the watermelon plants, Charlie and Grandpap celebrated. They rode their bikes to Grandpap's secret fishing spot. Charlie dug up worms. Grandpap tied a hook and a line to a branch that he found along the shore. Then they sat on the grassy bank and watched their bobbers. So they didn't have a fancy fishing pole. They used a stick. Maybe, said Grandpap, maybe you will wish for a fishing pole, a slick new rod with a shiny reel. I don't think so, said Charlie. That's not what I'm going to wish for. When evening shadows crept across the garden, Charlie and Grandpap played basketball. Charlie climbed the hay bales and pulled the peach basket to the top. Okay, shoot! Grandpap dribbled the basketball. Thunk, thunk, thunk. He heaved the ball into the air. Rattle, rattle, rattle. Charlie cheered and fished the ball out of the basket. My turn, he yelled, jumping up and down. Grandpap raised the basket. Hey, maybe you should wish for a real basketball hoop, said Grandpap. That'd be a good wish. Charlie just laughed. Rattle, rattle, rattle. So he doesn't want a basketball hoop. Now you can see the watermelon are getting bigger. One hot day, Charlie and Grandpap counted 10 small watermelons growing on the vines. Then they piled into the old truck and Grandpap drove to the swimming hole. Charlie swam and splashed and Grandpap bobbed along in an inner tube. Now I know for certain, said Grandpap, you're going to wish for your very own swimming pool. Nope, said Charlie as he floated by. Even when the watermelons grew fatter and greener, Grandpap was still guessing. A red scooter, you're going to want a red scooter. Oh, a new basketball glove. A great big ham sandwich. No, 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 Charlie laughed. You won't guess. Maybe you're right, said Grandpa. One morning in August, Charlie looked out the kitchen window. Today, we're going to find the wishing watermelon. Grandpa jumped to his feet. Yahoo! Yahoo! Let's go! Charlie looked over the watermelon patch, and Grandpap pointed to different watermelons. How about that one? Too big. That one over there? Too small. There are 3 good ones right over there, said Grandpap. No, they're too humpy, too dirty, too squishy, said Charlie. Charlie walked to the edge of the garden and he peeked under a pile of leaves. Perfect! Here's the wishing watermelon right here. Grandpap lifted the watermelon into the wheelbarrow. Together they pushed the wishing watermelon to the house. Squeak, squeak, squeak. I'm ready to make my wish, said Charlie. Great, said Grandpap. Charlie closed his eyes for only a moment. Quick, my wish will be inside the watermelon. Grandpap cut a hole in the watermelon. Charlie stuck his hand inside. Squish, squish, plunk, slurp. His fingers curled around the secret. My wish came true. My wish came true, said Charlie. Grandpap clapped his hands. What was the wish? What do you think Charlie has in his hands? What was in the watermelon that Charlie made a wish for? Yes. Charlie opened his hand and showed Grandpap the small black watermelon seeds. I wished for another summer just like this one, Grandpap, with you. Grandpap took the seeds from Charlie's hand and wiped them clean. Carefully, he slid them into Charlie's front pocket. He tapped the pocket over Charlie's heart. You got him, Charlie? You got him? Said Grandpap. Always, said Charlie. He leaned his head up onto Grandpap's shoulder and took a juicy bite of watermelon. What a great story for this little boy, Charlie, to spend the summer with his grandpa. And they'll remember it forever. So make good times with those that you love. Have a good day.